Meet the Jones family, Rich and Lila and their kids, Ralph and Darlene. The Joneses are a hard-working family that has lived in their home for 20 years. Mom, Dad, and the kids have all had many special moments in the home. The Jones family is struggling financially due to a series of significant, expensive events for each of the Jones family members. Darlene is getting married. Ralph is going to an expensive college. Mrs. Jones recently got out of the hospital, and Mr. Jones was recently laid off. The Joneses are 6 months and nearly $25,000 past due on their mortgage. They receive a default notice and 90-day notice of intent to foreclose. They believe that they will be fine since they have always been able to catch up in the past. Because the Joneses cannot immediately reinstate their entire arrears amount, and because the lender now is refusing to take anything less than the full cure, the Joneses, per the advice of their lender, apply for a modification of their mortgage loan. The Joneses apply for a modification but find the process harder than they expected. After several months of back and forth over required documentation and information, they are denied because their income has decreased at a time when their expenses are increasing. The Joneses realize that this situation is unlike anything they have faced, and they need to hire an attorney. They reach out to our office because of the high ratings and outstanding reviews online. Sitting down with Mr. and Mrs. Jones, I explain that the foreclosure process can be long and difficult, and that they have made the right decision by coming to my firm. Representing yourself or working with inadequate legal counsel will squander opportunities and leave you without a home. Our law firm is often retained by persons in foreclosure because of the broad legal options we offer, and because we fight on the front lines, in the trenches, and in the mud for our clients. We have teams specializing in litigation, negotiation, modification, and bankruptcy that guide them to a good solution. I further explain that foreclosure solutions not only require high amounts of skills and experience, but also broad and varied tools and weapons that our office's 4 departments, litigation, modification, negotiation, and bankruptcy, bring to the battle. We creatively put together the best strategy for each client, which we passionately implement. We are willing to move heaven and earth for our clients. Next, I introduce the Jones family to the heroic roles each of our attorney teams play in foreclosure cases. I introduce the Joneses to our 4 departments, each of which brings special abilities and options that together form a kind of magic to defend the family castle from the foreclosure threat. To us, our clients are royalty. The modification department is like wizards that magically use spells to try to modify the mortgage loan with better terms, and by making the mortgage arrears vanish by incorporating the arrears into the loan principal. The negotiation department is like mad scientists that creatively use experimental scientific innovations to counteract the foreclosure threat. The bankruptcy department is like wise, ancient doctors with the healing power to reorganize the distressed mortgage loan. I tell the Joneses that if a foreclosure in New York State is defended and otherwise dealt with, it could go back and forth and take a number of years. During that time, there are many options that our office offers to build a solution to the foreclosure problem. We will strategize to customize a unique and affordable plan to resolve your challenges. The litigation department depends on 3 main options. 1. Foreclosure defense, which is regular foreclosure litigation and motion practice. 2. Orders to show cause. These are emergency applications with a request for a temporary restraining order. And 3. Appeals to the appellate division, which could potentially reverse the Supreme Court and cause a cloud on marketability. Together, these 3 options allow the litigation department to slow down the advance of the foreclosure threat. The modification department has several opportunities to modify a mortgage. 1. In the beginning of a foreclosure litigation case during settlement conferences. 2. During a bankruptcy case if the court allows us to engage in loss mitigation. And 3. If the client retains for independent modification. The negotiations department works on real estate and financing deals, short sales, forbearances, deeds in lieu, and other varied creative solutions. The bankruptcy department will use Chapters 7, 13, and/or 11 to obtain an automatic bankruptcy stay of the foreclosure action and to either reorganize, catch up, or modify the arrears that caused the foreclosure problem. Other debts may be eliminated and/or reduced and spread out. By curing the underlying problems causing the foreclosure, the bankruptcy department can also heal the situation. The Jones family were very anxious over the foreclosure threat, but they have fortunately started talking to our law firm early in the process and have gotten the best legal advice right from the start. Would you like help from our talented attorneys who are willing to fight in the trenches on your behalf? Tune in to our next foreclosure video to find out how we were able to help the Joneses save their home.
When your home is on the line and your heart is filled with fear, there's a hero you can find to defend what you hold dear. With our every ounce of might, we'll defend your home's every right. We'll fight with swords, we'll fight with spells to protect your castle's bells.